everyone.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. How about you out there? Well, how are you doing?
We're doing great.
Oh, wow, that's great to hear. We so rarely hear from you.
I have a massive erection.
Well, that's weird.
Jesus, viewers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back to the Dudecast.
Yes.
For our spectacular 15th episode.
Oh my God! It's you know what? In case you couldn't read it on the SoundCloud page,
Yes.
it's episode 15,
15, and we still haven't stopped.
and we're still numbering them.
We are so sorry.
In case we forgot to number them, let's just let you know that it's episode 15.
Rest assured.
The one after our 14th, to be followed by episode 16.
Oh, that's how those work.
Welcome back. We are back. I am Drog. I'm hosting. I'm here with Ham,
Yes.
Slam, and our special guest. Oh, so special guest, Pat.
Hi.
I don't know if you really want your name out on the internet or not.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah,
so.
no.
Yeah.
The whole 15 people who listen to this.
That's right. So don't you guys go telling it.
Oh, I won't say a
I
thing.
won't say a word. My shameful secrets.
Yes, shameful secrets. One of the many things we like to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
So, as always, this week, while I was hoping that it might be a good one, and maybe there'd be some glimmer of sunlight in this awful, evil, and depressing world.
Oh, you poor naive fuck.
Indeed, lo, it turned out we're fucked.
Yes.
We are super fucked.
We are almost definitely fucked in some way.
We are getting fucked hard by reality
We're getting bent over the bar stool
of life
and just rammed
and delivered a hard truth dick.
right up our life assholes.
Life asshole.
Dropping.
From Johnson & Johnson.
Yes, we are indeed fucked.
We're definitely fucked.
Does anybody care to start?
Yeah. You want to go?
You can, sir.
Okay, I'll go. I have two. I'll be brief about both of them. The first one is as we all know, college football is far superior to the NFL.
Yes.
It is way more fun to watch.
Roger Goodell, it's the preseason. Roger Goodell has already begun to make a complete ass of himself.
That steaming chode of a man.
By saying there has never been a safer time to play football.
Never mind the fact that people are charging at each other at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Never mind the pending concussion lawsuits.
Yeah.
Right.
Never mind guys literally willing to kill themselves to donate their brain to figure out what happened to them.
Yeah. If the game is safer right now, it's only because it's been made more boring.
Yeah.
And equipment changes haven't taken effect. This related to Roger Goodell also
Existing.
existing, nimbly sidestepping the having to give an opinion. Lord forbid the head of the NFL should have to give an opinion on athletes sitting down for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
As though it matters.
I'm curious about this.
I
have something to say?
read an interesting fact that was the players they weren't even out on the field for the national anthem pre-2009. And then somebody in the league office did a study that was the American public wanted to perceive their football players as more patriotic.
I did not know about it.
Yeah, me either.
Mm-hmm.
But like we're not living in like fucking North Korea. We don't have to worship the state. If you want to sit down for the fuck,
Are you sure?
Then what have I been doing 7 times a day?
I'd be careful with what you say next.
comrade.
Yeah.
Fucking, people are making such a huge deal out of this, and then never mind the fact that Super Bowl winning quarterback Ben Roethlisberger almost certainly raped a woman.
Twice. Twice.
Yeah.
Lending to the fun-loving nickname Rapist Burger.
Yeah.
Which just doesn't that make you smile when you hear it?
No, it's it.
I'm loving it.
a dozen new players every season are brought up on domestic abuse charges.
Sure.
Forget about that shit. Someone's sitting down during the national anthem.
Right.
That's what really matters in the NFL.
Yeah, you know what? You got a point there.
You know what? I want to. Every time someone makes a strong stance in this episode, I want to look at you and, you know, does he have a point?
Yeah,
You got a point there.
I got strong feelings. He's got a point. I don't want to be 100%.
Got a hunch.
I'm not 100% on it, but
I think you might
things
have
are
a point.
looking good.
Thanks, Matt.
Now the other reason we're fucked is Hasbro.
Yeah.
Hasbro is the latest company wanting to put together a cinematic universe, starting with a potential G.I. Joe reboot. Rumors say as early as next year.
Oh boy.
And I think I've talked before on the show about cinematic universes and how, like, you know, Marvel did it. It was good. Nobody else do it. Just don't do it. It's hard. It's annoying. It requires a big commitment.
Yes.
When Marvel did it, it was unprecedented and neat.
Yeah. Neat. Pretty neat.
But the thing that bugs me more about it is quit fucking monetizing my childhood, please.
Yeah.
Quit rebooting shit. I'm not gonna see something just because it's you know a new and lens flary version of something I liked as a kid.
Well, it's like the monetization isn't new because that was already there, but it's
Well-
like capitalizing on your desire to basically go back.
Yeah, quit trying to exploit my nostalgia.
Right.
If you really want to exploit my nostalgia, here's what you need to do. Put together a streaming site that's nothing but 90s TV.
Yes.
I will pay
Yes.
$10
Yeah.
a month for that service.
That's a
I'm
good
so glad
idea.
we're talking about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will pay the $10 a month for that streaming service, but quit trying to exploit my nostalgia because
It's infuriating.
quit rebooting shit.
Yeah.
It was good the first time.
Come up with some new ideas, guys.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, right.
Watch it or you hate women.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, they do that. They'll keep doing it because basically Hollywood's afraid to take any gamble anymore. They liked
Yeah.
G.I. Joe before. Let's just do it again, but put Sam Rockwell in it.
We're not quite sure if he's the leading man or a child molester.
Plays both so well.
Sam Rockwell is the leading man and the child molester in G.I. Joe.
I don't know if I
real
should love
American
him or hate
pedo.
him.
You guys just made two good
10-year-old
jokes at the
Billy.
same time.
God.
I'm with you. It sucks. It does suck.
that's annoying.
I like enjoying shit the way it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in the 90s.
It's so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, who else has a reason we're fucked? Because we certainly are fucked.
I got a fucked.
You got fucked. You got fucked. You got fucked.
There's a bathroom right over there.
Man, I got a fuck. In this strange political climate, you know, all the shit that happened in Charlottesville over this past week.
Yeah.
You know, all the racial tension, the threat of nuclear war.
That's completely the reason we're fucked. I didn't know if anyone was going to mention
I
it.
want to talk about something, you know, that really matters, and that's the fact that.
No, we're gonna have to talk. We will talk about it.
Oh yeah, in this political climate, I just want to talk about the fact that people are still putting their fucking brights on their car, and they're not turning them off when they see a car coming.
Yeah, especially when they're driving into a crowd of
Right.
people. That's really the worst part. Is you're gonna hit me with-
I just wanted to let them know I was coming. I had my brights on. They didn't get out of the way. The gas was stuck. I wasn't even at the rally.
I did the thing. I flashed the international symbol for there's a deer or a cop. I get the fuck out of my way.
I even had my four-ways on. And I was wearing Leonard Skinner so they would hear me. Wait, no, I wasn't.
No,
Oh my God.
It's the fact that people put their fucking brights on, and then when you're coming the opposite way,
Yeah.
they don't shut their brights off.
Oh, my
so,
God.
like, in the interest of continuing to not let people get away with their shit, I
Yeah.
just fucking put my brights on.
Yeah.
Right back at them.
Yeah.
It's my little fuck you.
You do this to me, I'm gonna blind you too.
The guy
Mutually
in
assured
the-
destruction.
Right, suck that. And then, like, I've done it twice so far, and they immediately shut their brights
They
off.
do.
Yeah.
Because they get
They're
it.
fucking
Yeah.
scared.
They're like, Oh no, the guy in this really old shitty Honda Civic.
He means business.
You know, I would like to expand on that. I'd fuck people that drive behind you with their brights on.
Oh,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you're gonna do that little mirror flip.
right in the mirror.
Right
Right,
near,
yeah.
no, even in your side mirror.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I mean.
I can't. Like I gotta hold my
Right,
hand here to
do
block the
that.
side mirror.
There needs to be a button in every fucking car that like will just angle that
Releases
light.
tax.
I was thinking that, like, or an oil slick.
Or banana peels.
Oh, hit the banana peel button. This asshole's right on me.
But just like a button that'll angle,
remember to thank you when I return.
like a button that'll angle the mirror back so they're getting blinded and not me.
Yeah,
and then
right.
I can push the button and put the mirror back to the position.
You could get one of those really bright light bars, but then you run the risk of looking like a douchebag.
Easy solution though: high beam taillights.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why doesn't that exist? Why is that?
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess because everyone would die. But
No, those are just the people that break their taillights and put the red tape over it. Fuck, why's your taillights open?
I love that. And so every time I see that, I'm like, I'm doing all right.
Now,
This could be worse. I haven't hit rock bottom
I
yet.
haven't done this yet.
Now, a bright LED strobe light from Spencer's Gifts that you could flick on
Yeah.
hanging in your
Yeah.
That's like right in the back. Yeah.
That sucks. People do it constantly. It happened to me last week.
Yeah, you just start fucking putting your, like, if it's front, just put your brights on.
Now you
Just
say-
Start
if-
carrying a gun.
yeah, there you go. Right.
That's
Like,
right.
that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a right.
Show your fucking brights.
Pat, do you have a reason we're fucked?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's just the obliviousness of people.
Yeah, people suck.
Like, I'm sure, like, you guys all work, like, you work with the public. You know how, like, people can just be, like, brain dead when you're talking to them.
Absolutely.
Or, like, not understand, like, that because they're there, it's like, they're like, oh, like, he's taking care of me. He's on my time. Like, no, I'm at work. You're on my time.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Like, I got other shit to do.
Yeah,
Like, I was in the
not
middle
about
of doing
you.
something. I got to take a shit. I know I will in 15 minutes.
I chose to grace your store with my presence.
Yeah.
Like, I got to deal with that when I'm driving, like, when I go to make deliveries and shit. Like,
Yeah.
people just want to, like, they walk real slow and they just want to sit there and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's like noon already. I still got 7 other places to be.
Right.
So people like you go and you deliver, and then you gotta have a guy unload for you, basically.
Yeah,
the
sometimes
guy is
or
like-
I gotta take it off myself sometimes.
And that guy's just wasting your time, whoever's
Yeah,
there.
like I had to deliver to this one place,
Yeah.
and they had a forklift,
Okay.
and it was like 6 heavy ass skids that I had to take off the truck.
Sure. Yeah.
And I told the lady, I was like, hey, I got a delivery for you guys, blah, blah, blah. And then I walk back out to the truck and like 10 minutes go by. And I was like, is somebody going to come unload me? Or and she's like, oh, you have to take it off yourself. And I was like, well, there's a tow motor right there.
Right. Maybe if I could not have to do that, please.
Yeah, it's like, because it's an extra charge. Like my company charges people extra. Like if we got to take,
Right.
if I actually have to do work, like we charge the customer for that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that charge on their bill, so
Yeah.
I was pissed.
I like to picture at every receiving desk is just like an old guy who's like a year from retirement sucking a Werther's original who doesn't care whether it gets into the warehouse or not.
Man, what a great job I would have if that was the case.
Stack full of Werthers.
Yeah, or just, hey, have a candy. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. It's fine.
No, here, take it.
Jeez, yeah, that sucks. Time wasting assholes.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah, fuck those people. Well,
We're
we
a
are.
waste of space. We're already overpopulated.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
There's
if
too
every-
many fucking people on this
If we
planet.
just skipped a
Yeah.
generation, you know what I mean? Like, if we just skipped, if we had some kind of cleansing.
Something of like where we might purge a bunch of people. What would you
Right.
call that?
What would you call that?
What would you call that if like
some type of I don't even know how to describe it, but sort of a Holocaust-esque situation.
No, just say we'll just okay. I'm sure this is totally original night, but or original idea. We'll have one night where everyone can commit whatever crime they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you call that?
I can't think. I don't
Like
know.
the release.
I don't know, but I sure wouldn't make a shitty movie about it.
Sure would make-
Jaywalkathon 2017.
Sure would make 3 shitty movies.
All right, Dave, why are we fucked?
We are fucked for a lot of reasons, man. Like I don't know. It's actually getting to be too many to mention. One of the I will say this one, just a light point. This morning, our president retweeted a guy who tweeted that our president is a fascist. Do you know about this?
No, he retweeted it?
He retweeted it. A guy was like, Trump's a fascist, and Trump retweeted it. And then, like, several hours later, someone went, like, no, you don't do that. And he deleted it. Right? But in the interim, there's just, like, a huge...
So, wait.
Honest, I'm not kidding. This is in the news today.
No, you don't want to be a fascist.
Right. Fascist
yeah,
bad,
right.
don't like that. Yes, right.
People,
I thought he was talking about my fashion.
He's like very fascistable man.
I'm a fashionist. I'm the best.
A real
I have all the best ties.
My wife's fascism line is one of the best on the market. It's all the her fascism is all the rage in Paris.
It's true, baby.
So yeah, this actually happened today, and it rose for me the concern that, honestly, like, the guy's constantly tweeting and pooping all the time, as far as I can tell.
Shitting and tweeting and then shitting some more.
Our president's on the toilet twittering for huge chunks of time, and now he's getting to the point he's not even really paying attention.
Right, exactly.
So the most catastrophic thing that can happen, seemingly, is the president tweets something and then everyone goes nuts.
Yeah.
Now he's not even paying attention. It's like he's got the most powerful megaphone in the country, and he's like, whatever.
Oh, fuck
I
it.
just retweet everything.
Mr. President, North Korea just launched nuclear warheads into Guam. Hold on, I'm taking a shit.
Do I or do I not have people I pay to do this for me?
It's so stupid. I mean, that's the lighthearted bit of why we're fucked. It's just like we're in the middle of a real crazy time, kids.
Yeah.
Real wacky time.
Real wacky.
Yeah, and no
W
one's-
wasn't even this. He'd stumble over his words and his idioms here and there, but like
It was folksy. It was cute.
Folksy. It was cute.
Bush is a nazi.
Yeah. Look, Cheney was the real enemy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dick Cheney and Karl Rove did 9/11, as we all know.
Dick Cheney and his weird no heartbeat having neck. He's got like a fish tank pool water recirculator in his chest.
He's got a human skin mask to cover up the fact that he's a big angry goat demon.
Oh man, and I will say the Onion has been killing it lately.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw the one where a horrified White House page investigates a puddle in the hallway, looks up and sees someone trapped in Bannon ooze on the ceiling.
oh my god.
The Onion's been killing
Oh
it.
yeah, good topics.
So anyway, yes, we're fucked because we're in the middle of a crazy serious time and no one's paying attention and no one can stop it and no one's in charge.
I think there's so much shit going on because they're trying to get fucking net neutrality taken away, and they don't want anyone paying attention to that. Because has anybody else's phones been fucking up lately when you're trying to use the internet?
No, what do you mean? What's going on?
Mine's been running real slow.
Oh, really?
I could be behind on
You
my
might be
bill,
getting
but
throttled.
I have suspicions.
They've been trying to get. They could be. I mean, like they've been trying to get net neutrality passed for the past 15 years now.
Well, they had net neutrality as part of an FCC policy, but never as legislation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and so now basically this guy Ajit Pai, right, the new head of the FCC,
that
is like,
fucking
nah,
Yeah.
fuck
you,
that.
a jit.
Yeah, you piece of a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some of your pie.
If you legit, you might as well quit.
He's too Ajit. He must quit.
I think I had jit my pants.
Yeah,
Oh God, it's everywhere.
it's all over my fancy FCC conference room.
The boardroom table. It's a slip and slide.
Just made a pie.
Oh boy, we took that to its farthest extreme.
Yeah.
We left nothing on the field there, boys.
Foreign sounding names are funny.
Well, anyway, I guess that does it for why we're fucked. I think we should take a little break here, and when we come back, we'll have our Schmerbin,
Schwerbin?
Durbin,
Durbin?
Schmoopin,
Dupin?
Duncan, Donuts,
Heinz.
Suck it ice. All right, we'll be back in just a minute with Derb.
Thank you for calling Hasbro customer support. My name is Greg. How can I help you?
Hi, Greg. I need to talk to you. I got a real problem, Greg.
Please describe the nature of this problem.
Sir, okay, listen, I bought this toy for my 8-year-old son 2 weeks ago, and at first it was just annoying, and now it's downright threatening. I don't know what the hell you people are up to there at Mattel, but I want this thing out of my house, and I want a full refund.
Sir, Parker Brothers does not offer refunds. To which product are you referring?
I'm referring to Mr. Bucket. Yeah, Mr. Bucket, the cute little fun bucket with his hands over his head. Yeah, he's not so cute anymore, actually.
Describe the nature of this problem,
Listen, do you hear it?
I'm Mr. Bucket. I'll put your balls in my mouth, I'm Mr. Bucket. And then go down south, I'm Mr. Bucket. Buckets of cum.
Buckets of cum. I swear he just said buckets of cum.
Sir.
That's not supposed to be on the toy. There's no way.
Sir, this call is monitored for quality assurance purposes. I need you to settle down. First of all, we haven't made Mr. Bucket since the 90's. I don't know where.
That's not possible.
How?
He was on the shelf at my Toys R Us. How is that possible?
Sir, it's entirely possible a used or defective or defunct product was mistakenly shipped out to a distributor, wholesaler.
Listen, he's doing it again.
I'm Mr. Bucket. Well, hail to the Third Reich, I'm Mr. Bucket. Because Hitler was right, I'm Mr. Bucket. And Black Lives Matter is a hate group.
Black Lives Matter is a hate group. That's your toy? That's what you think that's cute?
Sir, Black Lives Matter did not exist in the time frame in which Mr. Bucket was manufactured.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So why is it saying it in my house? And again, I bought this new a week ago.
Sir, I would advise you contact the store you bought this from. This is not a product we support any longer.
Yeah, well, unless I went into a time hole and fell out in 1996, this is your fault, not mine.
Sir, I'm not a quantum theoretical nor practical physicist. I cannot comment on the nature of time.
Listen to this.
I'm Mr. Bucket. The Jews did 9/11, I'm Mr. Bucket. Investigate Tower 7, I'm Mr. Bucket. The Bush is a Nazi.
9/11! 9/11 hadn't even happened in 98! What is this about?
Sir, this is 100% true. I cannot verify the authenticity of these alleged claims.
You listen to me, you son of a bitch.
Do you have a warranty card?
I don't have a warranty card. This is upsetting my family. It's threatening my kids.
Have you tried changing the batteries?
What difference does it make if it has new or old batteries? Where does the hate speech come from?
Sir, have you tried changing the batteries?
Oh my God, no, listen.
I'm Mr. Bucket, and I've got a knife, I'm Mr. Bucket. I'm going to murder your wife, I'm Mr. Bucket, and I'm in your bed.
My wife, he's talking about my wife. What the hell is this? This doesn't make any sense. Listen, I'm holding you guys responsible. This doesn't have anything to do with crappy batteries or where the thing came from or when it was made. This is not supposed to, you just can't be telling this to people and putting it in their homes.
Sir, I can gladly transfer you to our quality assurance department.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want you to come and pick this thing up in a hazmat suit.
I apologize, sir. I understand your frustration.
Yeah, well, now it's just following me around. Okay? That's creepy. I didn't think it was able to do that.
Sir,
I thought he was supposed to walk around throwing his hands over his head like a lovable goofball.
Sir, Mr. Bucket is not able to consciously follow a human being.
Yeah, well, he's doing it because look, now I'm over it. He's following me into the dining room.
The Mr. Bucket servo drive motors do not allow for independent
This has to leave. You have to send a team. You have to take this thing out. I don't care what you have to do.
Sir.
Oh, hang on.
Sir. 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 If there's nothing further, I can redirect you to quality assurance. Please be sure to take the survey at the end of the call. Sir. Sir.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoy whatever the hell we put in there.
Whatever. I wonder what it could be.
I wonder what it might be.
I know what it is, and I loved it.
So this week we continue our proud tradition. I see everyone busting out their Schmerps.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not familiar with this podcast, it's not what it sounds like.
Yeah. There's no Smurfs here. Not anymore.
So, today, we are suffering and succotash. We are smoobin' and doobin'. We are...
Shyla and LaBuffin.
Actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf.
I'll start us off because I'm boring. I'm right back to my boring way of doing this.
Hey, I got another one. I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, please, by all means.
by all means.
The moment hasn't passed.
Steven Dorff.
Here's what I'm Simon. Here's what I'm Garfunkelin.
I am Steven, this classic Marlboro Edge for the edgy man in your life by today, and drinking black coffee. So right back to the boring ass shit.
Nice.
We had one real good week where you mixed it up.
One
and we're
good
right
week.
back to the same
I got
old shit.
I got this tasty homebrew sitting in this freezer to my left
Man,
here,
that's tasty.
but I can't drink it because the laptop's on top of it.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm just gonna think about it for the next hour and get real mad.
Think about how delicious it is.
It sure would have been. It sure would have been.
Sure would have been.
That wonderful elixir.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to save that for the end because I'm not going in there. So anyway,
Yeah.
who else wants to talk about what they're smurfing? And Durban.
I am stinking the Captain Black's cherry pipe tobacco. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
type
that's
tobacco
been hanging
to go
around
to.
a while there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I actually just bought a new pack, and it's not 6 months old, so it's not as bad as it could have been. I know, right? Smoking stale
slow
tobacco.
clap. Slow clap.
So that's what I'm stinking, and I'm thinking this Miller Lite.
The classic. Miller Lite.
Yummy!
Miller Lite. It's not the worst one.
The official beer of domestic violence.
Yeah, brought to you by America.
Ben?
Fantastic.
I am shit.
Shoopin?
I am
Sharpen?
Chopin?
I am
Shopping.
I am Stalin. This Isla del Sol sun-blessed cigar.
That's a good one.
And I
You started with Stalin?
yeah, it's weird. I thought I tasted like a little bit of sugar when I took a drag off.
Okay, so those are seasoned around the wrap, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that this guy was, my buddy Corey. You guys probably know Corey. I don't want to go naming people's names on this thing, but you definitely know Corey. So he was smoking one of those at my brother's birthday party, and he was talking about those, and I was saying, I swear to God, my buddies have smoked those. Is that the first time you ever got that?
This is my first time smoking
Those are
this.
good. I think I had that on the show before.
I think you
actually.
did.
Yeah.
It's good. It's for about, I don't know, like a medium-ish wrap. It's pretty smooth.
Would you describe it as Maduro?
Maduro?
Not quite Maduro, but
It's more Robusto.
Would you say it's Robusto?
Would you say it's good?
Good and cheap, perhaps?
I would.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
You look like you're enjoying that.
And I am Dostoevskian.
Yeah, that's good.
This
Stretch.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give it to him.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
I am hanging out with my old partner in crime, Mr. Ezra Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, Ezra, where you been, buddy?
My favorite second to bottom shelf bourbon whiskey.
$25 a bottle.
Yeah.
Where you been, Ezra? I did 15 for armed robbery, but I'm back.
Give me some Coca-Cola.
Ezra, you're just wacky. You know that, Ezra?
You and me.
Don't talk to me.
We're tying one on tonight.
Ezra, you say the funniest things.
And I have mixed it with Coke.
Ah, yes, Ezra and Coke. A perfect match.
Old standby.
Yeah, Ezra.
You know, so when you go to the bar, you can go up and ask, yes, they'll have an Ezra and Coke. And the bartender will say, What?
Yeah, right. That old classic, Ezra and Coke, that no one knows what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care for Jack so much, but Ezra's pretty nice. Anyway, that's a pretty good Smurman and Durbin. Stalin and Dostoevsky. What are you drinking there? What are you derping there? What are you smurping there, Pat?
Well, today I'm sliming
Slime.
the
Yeah, what is this?
2014 vintage J. Lore Paso Robles
Ooh.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
One
Now,
of
I sniffed the cork, I will say. And
Did
that
you?
cork had a good sniff
You're a
to it.
regular cork sniffer.
I was sniffing on that cork pretty good.
you like it the way my cork smells.
I smell this cork.
You want to taste the cork? It's okay.
Just a leak. It's delicious.
It is delicious.
Yeah, it smells
It
great.
is. It has. Let's see. It has wine stuff in it, tannins, I assume.
Grape of some kind.
Some sulfites
maybe.
mixed in there for good fun.
Has on the nose. It has a bit of. There's too much in the glass.
Man, we know wine here.
I need a smaller pour so I can swish it around.
Yeah.
I've been drinking wine a little bit. I can kind of pick shit up, but I don't know if it's really all bullshit or not.
I think partially it is. I keep hearing things about like they'll give like really great wine and shit table wine to wine reviewers,
Yeah.
and they don't know the difference, or they'll give them a white wine and put a little red food coloring in, and they don't know the difference there.
Right, exactly.
Like the like even the people who are supposed to know have no fucking idea. They don't know.
I think it's the same with anything. Cigars, beer, anything that people like. Like, we were talking about this the other day at the smoke shop. Like, you don't have to spend. There's good $30 smokes. There's
Yeah.
bad $30 smokes.
Yeah.
There's really good $4 smokes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just a number. It's just paper.
Yeah.
It's just it's just paper.
Artificial value that exists in all markets.
Yeah.
Whatever
sure.
people are willing to pay for something, that's what it's worth. And what are you smurfing there?
Well, I told you what I'm sliming, so now I'm time-living the Camel Menthol Silver
Yeah.
brush
Nice.
with the fiberglass bead in the filter that simulates menthol.
Delicious fiberglass bead.
Insulation.
I'm already addicted. Now you have me addicted to fiberglass.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Camel.
R.J. Reynolds.
You're welcome.
Wow, did you get way cooler now?
Since I've been here, yes. I'm
Wow.
glad you took notice.
It seems as though in the last 30 seconds you got extremely cool. What gives?
Well, don't expect it to stick around.
All right, well, that does it for Smurman and Durbin. So let's talk about our main topic.
Let's get into it.
I am so glad that, Ben, you decided to talk about people commoditizing our childhoods and all of the fun nostalgia we used to have that is being slowly used to hit us right in the nostalgia bone and make us chip out money. Because all I want to talk about today, honest to God, is the 90s.
Yes.
That's
That's
a topic.
all I want to talk
That's
about.
a topic.
That's a goddamn topic.
It sure is.
If I ever heard one, that's a topic.
Because I was thinking, there's so much I don't like paying attention to the news anymore. I don't want to know what's going on. It sucks. I just want to talk about the 90s when there weren't Nazis
Let's
or I
blast
didn't
to the
know about
past.
them. And I was watching Rugrats
Yeah, dude.
and chilling out and
Yeah.
going through puberty and all that shit.
I've been watching a lot of Rugrats lately.
Yeah, I'll say,
Aw.
I watched Doug recently.
Yeah, I watched it recently too.
There's no way that kid didn't have Asperger's, right? Like,
I think
Doug
so.
totally had Asperger's.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't make it super clear.
Yep.
But on rewatch, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And Hey Arnold was taking place in Section 8 housing.
yeah.
Fuzzy Slippers is a
It's
goddamn drug dealer.
My man Fuzzy Slippers, he can get you an 8-ball.
So yeah, that's all I want to talk about
The
is
90s.
like the 90s, or even into the early 2000s, but just before 9/11. If it happened after 9/11, I don't want to hear about it.
Everything before DMX's second rehab stint.
Right.
That's what we're interested
Yeah.
in.
Yes. So I don't know if anyone has anything in particular. I was thinking about like toys. I wanted and didn't have, or the ones I did have that were super sweet.
Super Van City, motherfucker.
Super fucking Van City.
Did we talk about Super Van City on this?
Yes, we did.
I think we did talk about
Talked
Super Van City.
City.
Yeah,
Man, I love Superman.
Yeah, that was the
City.
shit, man.
I love Superman City.
Superman's titties.
Yeah, and I was thinking about the Ghostbusters toys. And I don't know if we've talked about this on the show, but I remember. Okay, so they had this is something I always wanted and I never had. They had the sweet ass trap.
Oh yeah,
That you could
Ghost Trap.
Kid across the street from me had that.
You could roll it out. It had like a long hose on it, and it had this mallet at the end, and you stomp on it, and the thing opened up and lit up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Which is so cool. It's one of the toys that I never had
Yeah.
and always wanted. Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that toy for you for Christmas.
It's on eBay.
Find it on eBay. Realize it's too expensive. I'm gonna get you something else instead, like a Zippo or some shit.
That's great.
You're welcome in advance.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else has anything in particular to think about when they think. Like, what does the 90s make you think of most immediately?
Cartoons.
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 Fucking
So
A.
many good cartoons.
Yeah. The fucking golden age, man.
I don't know if you guys remember
You
when.
get away with a lot in the 90s.
Yeah, you could.
As a kid, you could get away with a lot. I feel like the 90s were the last great time when you could, you could get away with like little crimes and not be threatened to get turned
Sure.
into juvie. You know,
Right.
you just you get your ass spanked a little bit and
Yeah.
just
Right up
Grounded.
until Columbine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was the moment.
Yeah.
That was the decline of Western civilization.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Honestly, like that. So after Columbine, everything that already wasn't being taken too seriously got taken way too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
It still baffles me they managed to get away with claiming that Doom is the reason that
Yeah.
those kids did that.
Yeah.
Like,
Doom?
Yeah, Doom.
Like,
Just they played a lot of Doom.
just when we were convincing our parents that Mortal Kombat was totally okay to play,
I know.
these two fuckheads have to shoot up their
Fucking
school.
Spurg lords can't even build a bomb right.
Thanks a lot, you jack-offs.
Bro, it was terrible. I remember
Dude,
being
you need to
freaked
get
out.
your game together. These kids could have completed the job if you wouldn't
If
have.
you'd only trained them a little better, Doom. It's software. Do better next time.
Yeah, no, that was the start. 9/11 was the end of the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 90s ended in 2001.
Because it was a new millennium, nobody had really adjusted yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was still business as usual. And then we all know what happened. A whole bunch of money went missing the day before 9/11. Nobody talked about it because some planes crashed.
I don't know if you guys. Okay, here's an interesting question. What were you guys doing on New Year's at the turn of the millennium? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Really?
I was probably drinking Welch's sparkling grape juice.
Yeah, right.
And banging on pots and pans.
Yeah, right.
Making noise
I
because...
bet I had some of those plastic things with the
yeah.
handles.
Little whiz crackers.
Yeah.
I remember specifically that at the turn of 2000, my family. I think so. My mom hadn't gotten married to my stepdad yet, but they were dating, and we were like really close with his daughters. You know, like my brother and sister, and all of us were all real close. We had a big New Year's party, and we filled the house with balloons. It blew up like 100, 200 balloons, and just filled the lower level of the house with them, and which made getting around them like impossible, like all the way up until the ball dropped. And I remember, I think Robbie Williams' song "Millennium" was real popular at the time.
Oh my god.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, right? If you can remember that one. I remember the ball dropping, like the countdown, and thinking, all the power is going to go out.
Yeah, Y2K, son.
Yeah, everyone told us the power was going to go out, and then we were all going to revert to
Everything's
being
gonna fail.
animals,
Yep.
and we were all going to...
But at least there's balloons.
at least we've got all these balloons. And I was seriously thinking it might happen, and then when it didn't, I was so happy, and we popped all the balloons.
See, I was at least a little disappointed that chaos didn't take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who says it hasn't?
Right.
I was hanging out in the bunker. I didn't know for about 4 or 5 days. Everything.
I looked outside, I saw a car driving past, and I'm like, oh fuck. What am I gonna do with all this soup? They had way too much Progresso.
I'm never gonna eat all
That
this.
was the thing that
soup.
happened in the 90s. Progresso came up with soup that already had the water in it in the can.
Wait, did that really?
That was a 90s thing, bro.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was the
Pasta soups with the water in, or
yeah.
what?
Well,
Really?
I mean, Campbell's always had the condensed shit.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I might be onto something
You
here.
know what I mean?
I don't know if that existed before that or not.
That's Progresso chicken and dumplings in saturated chicken water. Yummy.
Oh man, yeah, the '90s gave us a lot of great shit.
Yeah. SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs already in them.
SpaghettiOs with hot dogs. Yeah, that was a baller move, Franco-American.
Good on you.
No, man, it was just think about how innocent everything. We had better cartoons.
Yep.
Candy was getting better. Toys were getting better.
You could probably still get a soft taco for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Toys were fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, remember those fucking bouncy moon shoes?
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Food
fuck yeah.
shoes.
They'd always be like the fucking prize on like the Nickelodeon game shows.
Yeah. They looked fun as hell. I highly doubt they were actually that much fun.
I had a pair. They
Tell
really-
us.
It was really more of a hassle than anything
Yeah.
because they were like the bottoms of them. It was like a big oval. They were probably like
Yeah,
I'd
they were
say like
huge.
15 inches long, and they were like 8 inches at least wide.
Yeah.
And it was just real awkward walking because you were always bumping them into each other. And it wasn't like you were walking on the moon. You were just kind of like springy, and it was hard to keep your balance.
Less walking on the moon and more over encumbered in Skyrim.
It was like it was getting drunk for kids.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Oh, jeez, I can't stand up straight.
Just practice for later, kids.
Hold on, I gotta lean up against something here. Hold on, okay.
Just situate me. Help me.
That's it.
The world's spinning. Leave me on the wall.
Go get my Legos.
Do they still sell pogo sticks, for fuck's sake?
Pogo sticks
They
was
must.
They have to.
Yeah, don't you see like the videos of like those idiots on fucking YouTube?
I guess
doing
yeah,
backflips
and
around.
shit. Yeah.
I guess
Like,
people
look
are
at me, I'm gonna jump in the air and spin it around and land it. Like,
I can't afford a car.
you're a real fucking hobby.
This is how I get to work.
You just want to push one of them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you really do. You just hope a sinkhole opens under them.
Do you remember sock and boppers?
Yes.
I
I
remember-
never had soccer.
Yeah, so, like,
Me either.
My dad and I had 2 pairs of sock and boppers, and we used to like spar in the living room.
Yeah.
And he'd like, he's my dad, so he'd like, like he never pulled his punches. He would just
Yeah,
knock
right.
me out and then burn me with some cigarettes.
You'd say it's the 90s.
Go get me a bear.
You're fucking weak. Get up.
You're weak, like your mother.
Dad, you have to inflate them first. I can't inflate them. My rings will rip them.
Yeah, I remember those. I never used them though.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else we had in the, like 90s toy wise. Crossfire.
Crossfire.
Crossfire for
Alec
sure.
got
Alec
Crossfire.
bought Crossfire.
Let's talk about it.
I kicked,
You get caught up in love.
I kicked my girlfriend's ass. The thing is, now that you're older, when you play Crossfire,
Yeah.
you're way better at
You're
Crossfire.
like, yeah.
Crossfire takes like 25 minutes now. It's an ordeal.
Yeah, right. It's sort of like tic-tac-toe where it becomes unwinnable.
Right, like you gotta really work at it. And,
Yeah.
like I was working up a sweat playing Crossfire because the rules say it's whoever gets 3 points first, and
Right.
it takes 20 minutes to get 1 in.
Oh god.
So yeah, we just played until the first one dropped, and it's like it's serious business.
Yeah.
I would on ESPN 5. I'd like to see a competitive Crossfire tournament.
Yeah, seriously. Turn that into like what they're doing with MLG and shit.
Yeah.
Just have like
Yeah.
people playing classic 90s games.
Let's stream that on YouTube.
I was a big fan of Mousetrap.
Oh yeah,
Never once played a single game.
Yeah, no.
Set it up and let
I
the
just really
bitch
love
roll.
watching that commercial. I feel like I played it already.
Exactly.
The zany action, the
Yeah,
crazy contraption.
nobody actually played Mousetrap.
Yeah.
You just like
He set
I
the
had-
mousetrap.
My grandma got me like a shitty version of Mousetrap. It was called a Grape Escape. Does anybody remember that game?
This sounds familiar, actually. I
It was
don't
like,
think
it
I
was
had
like
it,
you
but-
would make these little. you had like clay, and they were like little molds, and you would make like these like little grape guys out of them, and you would move them through the level. And if you got stuck in the wrong spot, you got fucking smashed.
Oh no
And it
shit!
would come down.
But wait, it actually smashes your
Yeah,
grape.
I don't remember the
Oh my god!
game in great detail, but
Yeah.
The commercial.
it was like a shitty version of Mousetrap.
I remember the commercial had these like grotesque depictions of like the grapes getting
I
stepped
remember
on.
that, yeah.
And then, like,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, they were like little clay grapes, Play-Doh grapes.
Do you guys remember Crocodile Dentist?
I do.
Yes.
I fucking loved that game.
Oh no!
Yes, he's like got a toothache. Oh no! And you gotta go in the crocodile's mouth, and then if you hit the wrong tooth, he bites you on the finger.
Right.
It was Russian roulette.
Yeah, for kids.
You put some razor wire in that thing and play it out. That's how we do it.
Yeah, right. Doing the smoky back
What
room.
about
Bunch of Vietnamese dudes with their neckties tied around their heads.
Right, just a swinging lamp for no reason.
You pull tooth! You pull tooth now!
Yeah, guy muttering prayers in foreign language.
All right, boys, let's dance.
Yeah, I loved that one. I also really liked Don't Break the Ice.
Don't break the ice.
Do you remember that?
Don't
Yeah.
spill the beans.
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
you can let it drain in the breakdown lane while waving at ladies and gents.
No, yeah, don't break. I was a fucking king at Don't Break the Ice.
I was pretty
man.
good at
I was
Don't Break
real
the
good.
I was, that's another one of those games that once you kind of get the concept of it,
You just know how to displace the ice in
yeah,
such a way that
you just reach one point where you just have like an
Right.
X shape.
whoever
somewhere.
goes first is gonna lose because it's just an X.
Yeah, right.
They
It's just-
have to,
exactly.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
What was that game where it was kind of a Jenga ripoff? It was like a bunch of bricks that you had to stack into a wall, and you had like a little battery-operated jackhammer, and you'd have to jackhammer one of the bricks
I don't
out.
even know what that is.
I don't remember that
That
either.
sounds awesome.
It was pretty neat. I can't remember what the name of it
Jenga
was.
on steroids. I just pictured you with like a full-size jackhammer. It's like a 5-year-old just.
Do you love Jenga? It's time to get your world fucked.
Get jacked!
Yeah. Oh god, I loved games like this.
I'm trying to think what else was like toy-wise. There was so many.
Yeah. Do you remember the Talk Boy?
Yeah.
Talk Boy?
The Talk Boy.
You mean the Home Alone thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was
Yeah.
fucking
Product
sweet.
placement at its finest.
Yeah, that was so cool. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it was really. Honestly, I guess it was kind of lame, but it was like your own little personal recorder. And
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
that wasn't that common.
Right.
Other than the thing that was like the tape player and recorder on a handle with a big toy microphone that came off of it.
the Toy Story ass thing. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Shy of that, there weren't any other real ways to do that. And
Right.
then, probably 10 times cooler, the Yak Back.
Yes.
Speed it up or slow it down.
Yeah, that was cool.
I found a Yak Back when I was like 19 and high in Walmart one time. And I'm like, $5. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be
sure.
fun for 3 solid hours before I fall asleep.
I'm not even buying this. You're going in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're gonna have a great time stealing this Yak
Thanks,
Back.
Mattel.
That was so cool. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's just like all these little things that like had never existed.
The CD era.
We were
Yeah, right.
The era of, not the CD era.
Not the CD.
That's what we're
era.
living in now.
Yeah, right. That's post 9/11.
The CD era.
Yeah.
I remember remember watching movies as a kid and take Men in Black for an example.
Yeah.
That you could be a kid and watch Men in Black and think it's hilarious and awesome but there's so many jokes that don't scan when you're a kid that you only get when you're older.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Cartoons too, and I mean like TV in
Yeah.
general. Like,
Yeah.
all the shit they slipped in Rocco and Ren and Stimpy. And
Yeah, right. Ren and Stimpy is still good.
Ren and Stimpy is still really good.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy is crazy.
Me and my dad and my brother used to sit down and watch Ren and Stimpy all the time.
Yeah, that was the best, dude.
We would also sit down and watch Comic View on BET.
Oh yeah.
All the black comedians.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was like we were like, Dad, it's on! Bruce is on!
Well, it was like David Allen Greer, Chris Rock era.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
That was the shit back then.
Yeah, I remember that was like the first time that I was like aware that like, there's a black version of all this stuff.
Oh, black people do comedy too.
Seriously, because I was relatively young. It was a realization like, there's a black version of all the shit that I like. There's like a whole different version that's the black
And you
version
had your own comedian as a kid, and his name was Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad. Holy shit.
Black comedian that your kids could listen to.
Sinbad was great.
Sinbad was great.
Yeah.
And he's gone now. He did that one movie Kazam, and now he's gone.
No. That was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, that's the whole Mandela effect thing.
Shazam.
Wait,
No, it was called Kazam.
I know.
Right.
With Shaquille O'Neal.
That's that Mandela effect thing, though.
Right,
People
exactly.
seem to remember like Sinbad
Shazam.
doing the same thing.
Never any such movie.
I know.
Wasn't Sinbad in Good Burger?
Yeah, he was in Good
was he?
Burger.
Yeah.
He wasn't he like
he was his fucking teacher.
yeah, he wrecked the
had
car.
the
That's
cancer
right.
shit.
That's right.
George Clinton showed up at one point. They were in that mental institute.
Yeah.
George Clinton was there.
Oh man.
They grooved out with P-Funk.
Fucking Good Burger.
We gotta watch Good Burger.
Yeah. She's a freak.
We really should watch that
Good
again.
Burger is the shit.
Yeah. Actually, on that matter, all that at large.
Yeah.
The fact that existed
Childhood Saturday Night Live.
was so cool. Like, I will carry Pierre Escargot into my old age. It's like young Kenan Thompson in a rain jacket and a bathtub splashing soap everywhere. Like, I'll carry that into being an old man. You know, like seriously.
No, this is one of all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just and like think of it this way, like all the shitty fucking kids that grew up after 9/11.
All the shittier versions of us.
Right. They're gonna remember all the terrible stuff that's going on now as their nostalgia. Isn't that sad?
That is sad.
They have no crossfire.
Yeah, that's right. They never had crossfire.
They have fidget spinners.
Right.
Yeah,
What the fuck happened?
Fidget spinners and Instagram.
They're great. Like what the fuck? You can't get caught up in that.
Oh, look, I can spin it. It does tricks, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, my mind is fucking blown.
That's fucking radical for $14.99.
Yeah.
I still think some of the coolest toys are still some of the oldest toys.
Oh, yeah.
Like a gyroscope.
Yeah.
Gyroscope
What
is so cool.
What are those things that this could be racist and I might be wrong, but I think it's called a Chinese yo-yo.
Oh, wait, what is that?
It was like two metal rods that went out and then turned around.
Yes!
And had the wheel that spun.
They have
on.
another
I
name for that, too. It's like a
forget-
rolly...
A whirly gig.
Whirly? Is it a... I think it is a whirly gig.
It's a whirly gig.
That
Yeah.
was possibly racist. Was what I said.
I don't like Chinese yo-yo.
You know,
The Chinese yo-yo.
but see, we use it's such a part of the weird American slang lexicon to refer to anything that's weird or opposite or different as Chinese, like a Chinese fire drill or a Chinese auction. It's not Chinese at all. It's just you're getting out and running around the car at a red light.
Right.
The Chinese generally don't do this.
There's not even a fire in this car.
I just picture
No one's Chinese.
I just picture it like a primary school in Shanghai where someone pulls the alarm and everyone just runs out, turns around the building, and comes back in the other side. Oh, all right, students, back to class.
Fire drill over.
You did well. You brought honor to school.
No, Jimmy, I don't care that your gigapet died. You're here to learn calculus, young man.
Oh, gigapets.
Oh, gigapets.
I want to find a Tamagotchi somewhere. I want to find a Tamagotchi and I want to raise it.
Yeah.
Again.
I remember I had one, but it was an off-brand.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was
one
called,
too,
but it was like a little dinosaur, and it was shaped
Dude!
like a dinosaur egg.
Me too. There's
had
a
one?
Jurassic Park branded, and I had a T-Rex.
Oh no, mine wasn't Jurassic Park. So mine was from like Big Lots.
I mean, at least I think it was, but it was definitely a dinosaur. It was a T-Rex, and yeah, he like hatched out of a little egg, and then shit everywhere. I don't know. That's basically
Dude, that was an
what
epidemic when those
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
you had to clean up
Kids-
Tamagotchi poop, man.
Kids were fucking addicted to
Right,
them. Like,
yeah.
like the principals were right for like telling all these like leave that shit at home.
Yeah.
Right, no,
You
seriously.
don't get it. It's gonna die.
Yeah, like, and stop to think what diseases.
It's not real.
Like, what diseases might we have cured if we didn't have
I know.
those?
And yet nobody thought to put that in place of that shit class where you have to take care of an egg for a week.
Oh, yeah.
What
take care
about
of a
when
fucking
they?
Tamagotchi for a week, man.
Seriously.
My egg is rotten, TJ. No,
What about in 8th grade when they made us take babies home?
Yes.
I remember. Okay,
We had
so
an actual
that
baby
shit-
doll.
I had,
I didn't
I had
have to do
Mr.
that.
Casano.
I didn't have to do that.
Was my
Mine too.
my 8th grade teacher,
Mr.
And
Casano.
I remember he told us, he's like, all right, he just flatlined it for us. He's like, all right, listen, it's the baby project. I'm sure you've all seen it. He's like, I'm gonna warn you right now. I'm gonna give you 2 choices. You can either take this baby home and probably fail, or I can let you write a 3-page paper about the reproductive process and I'll pass you. He's like, you don't want to take this baby home. Trust me. He's like, just write the paper. And everybody in the class took the baby home but me. I wrote the 3-page reproductive paper 45 minutes before I had to go to school. I turned it into him and he's like, all right, B+, here you go.
B+.
And everybody fucking failed the baby thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I told you. Like, I remember I handed him the paper. He's like, smart man. Like, he's just like, yeah, here, B+, fucking, you know.
The Reproductive Process by Ben Reese. Oh yeah, girl. Tonight we gonna get down. We gonna make sweet. Now 3 sweets is too many.
Until I fall asleep.
Love with like 6 O's.
Yeah, and then just repeat that
Half
until
his
it
face.
just sort of ends.
I just
Yeah.
copy and pasted it off of like Wikipedia. I was like, here we go, Zygote. He didn't even read it. He's just like, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
These
Fuck
are
it,
3
yeah, here you
pages,
go.
right?
All right, cool.
That's 50% of your grade right there.
Man, I kind
You
of
did
like.
take one of the, you took one home. You were gonna say.
Yeah, I did, and like, I don't remember all the details, but I know I like passed it very like he just gave me an automatic pass because I didn't get one the whole year, and it was like 2 days before the end of school.
Okay.
And I was like, I never got a baby. Like school's almost over.
Oh,
Wait,
And,
shit. Did you have to take one?
I had to
eventually?
take one home, and I only took it for one night.
Right.
Because you were supposed to have it for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
I only had to take it for one night, and I was like freaking out the whole time because I thought I was gonna have it for like 3 days. Because like it was like soon enough. It wasn't like school was literally about to be over.
Right.
But like it was like within the week, so I thought I was gonna have it like the whole 3 days, and I had it for one day, and like it was up like all night long crying. And,
Oh, you got colicky,
my dad,
baby.
My dad would pick it, like he would just purposely pick it up for no reason. The head would fall back, and it'd be like, and I was like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm gonna fail. Like I was freaking out, and like I eventually got pissed. Like I was like, fuck this. 8th grade, I said, fuck this. My mom was like, that's enough. I took the baby, I grabbed it by the arm, and I threw it in my closet and shut the door. I took it back the next day, and no, it was like right before the end of school because that's why I only had it for one day.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, well, school's almost over, so I'll just pass you.
All right,
Whatever.
cool, thanks.
I threw it in the closet forcibly and shut the
That's
door.
what Alec did. I remember Alec had his, and I was a year younger than you guys. So it was 7th grade, and we were playing Road Rash 64. And it was crying, and it wouldn't shut up. And he grabbed it by the arm and threw it across the room, and it stopped crying. So he just like brought it back in, and it didn't register. So he passed. He had like a B on it. Like it just didn't, like the technology just didn't work. He like flung this thing, and it shut up, and then
my
he
God.
passed.
I remember mine was named Fruit Cup.
You
I named it Fruit Cup, and I loved that baby. I took super good care of that baby, and it kept me up at least one of the nights.
Yeah.
And I didn't care.
Oh,
I
Fruit
loved
Cup.
that stupid
Oh,
baby.
Fruit Cup.
Oh, Fruit
Yeah,
Cup.
you said,
Oh,
Fruit
what's
Cup.
the matter,
Here.
Fruit Cup?
Oh, here, Fruit Cup. Here, let me
You
nurse
suckle
you.
at my bosom.
Nurse me.
Well, you see,
Nurse me. Fruit Cup, nurse me.
well, you see,
Oh,
Mr.
that's so creepy.
Your baby milk, it gives me life.
Yes, your delicious youth. That's so fucking creepy. That's so fucking creepy to me.
Baby milk.
Brought to you by Roger Sick Bastard.
Yeah.
Delicious baby milk. A Roger Sick Bastard product.
Yeah, you know what? I'm hearing all this, and I'm just glad that I didn't decide to take that home. And I remember, like, I was talking to my mom about it. She's like, "Oh, you decided not to take the baby?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not taking that thing. I'm like, I don't want to be awake all night.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Why would I willingly subject myself to this when I could just do this tomorrow morning?"
Yeah. Well, it's a valuable lesson, but like the odds were like 1 in 4 you would get the fucking evil baby that would not shut up.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because they gauged it off of like 5 or 6 different kids.
Yeah.
Of like real shitty parents who like wrote down all the time.
Yeah, one of them's a crack baby.
Right,
You're just gonna get the crack baby.
Oh, I forgot to mention the baby they gave me was black too.
You got
Mine was Hispanic.
oh, you got
Little Hispanic fruit cup.
Fruit cup Dragowski.
Oh, I was in middle school. I was a fucking idiot.
Cup Ramirez Dragowski.
That's a real winner of a name there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ilion Fruit Cup Gonzalez.
Oh man, Elion Gonzalez.
Since we're talking about
He's
the
a grown up
90s,
now.
Yeah.
He's probably older than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about
I
it.
bet he's an Instagram model now.
Yeah, he's probably living his best life there somewhere.
Give me a
Back to
second.
Mexico.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. The 90s, man. Yeah. Can we get back to the 90s for a minute?
What about 90s video games?
Holy shit! Can we talk forever about that?
Man, there were some, like, for all the good ones out there. There's some real shit video
Some
games in the
terrible
90s.
ones. And some of them that you can't play. You could play then, and you can't play now.
Cool Spot, the video game.
Okay, listen. I loved Cool Spot.
I have Cool Spot.
I fucking love Cool Spot.
I have Cool
How-
Spot on the Genesis.
Like, only in the 90s can you make a fucking video game out of a soft drink mascot.
You remember
Yeah.
Pepsi Man?
What?
Pepsi Man!
Oh, hold on. I need to know what Pepsi Man
You never
is.
saw Pepsi Man?
No.
So it was
boy.
this weird commercial that they had in the 90s for
It was
Pepsi.
exclusively in Japan.
Yeah, it was like a Japanese only thing, and then they made the game that was just Pepsi Man running through. Like one level was a subway where subway cars are crashing in at you, and you got to collect all the Pepsi on
Yeah,
the level.
it's like an on-rails thing. You have to avoid obstacles and get all the Pepsi. And at the end of the level, there's a thirsty person that Pepsi Man has to quench his thirst.
Yeah.
Give him Pepsi.
He has to quench his
Yeah, it
thirst.
really
And-
grosses me out.
And Pepsi Man, incidentally, is this faceless, silver, muscular humanoid with like a blue stripe that
Yeah.
runs down the
Yeah.
lower half of his body.
Doesn't this logo like the Pepsi face? Doesn't he have like is like the Pepsi?
Is he like a
It's
Pepsi
on his
luchador?
chest. He's
Yeah, oh, that's
completely
right.
He
faceless.
sounds like a luchador.
Yeah. Well, it's more like a bodysuit.
Yeah, he's completely faceless and doesn't speak.
Is it like the Tick?
Maybe think the Tick meets the Silver Surfer and he looks like a can of Pepsi.
Whatever the shit
It
is.
has no face.
You know,
Yeah, I'm picturing it now.
Now I remember too.
wow, you really painted a vivid picture.
That's so weird.
Now I remember too. There was another video game, another corporate mascot video game, where you play as Chester Cheetah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
this.
I remember that.
You had to
yes.
run around and collect Cheetos.
Super
There was
Nintendo.
really no other premise to it. You ran around and collected the thing that they wanted you to buy.
I remember there was a video game made just for, if I understand it correctly, like a museum or something like that, like a museum for kids, and it was all about healthy eating. And I
What
played
a
it.
fucking treat that was.
Wow.
It was so bad.
G-Mom,
You ever-
let me get the museum game from the $10 bin.
I don't think you can even buy this. I saw it at a museum, and you're like a guy with like a comically oversized head running around to grab broccoli and shit.
You're thinking of the video game about diabetes, Captain Novolin.
Is that what
Oh,
it is?
yeah! I've seen that before.
Is that what
In
it is?
between every level, there's a little quiz where you have to answer a question about diabetes. It was meant to teach kids who are diabetic about diabetes.
Okay.
And
As if they don't already feel bad.
Right, you gotta give them
dog
shitty games.
shit games.
yeah, you had to run around and collect the healthy food, but but like the unhealthy food, like donuts and cake and stuff, would hurt you.
Well, Billy,
Mom, what the fuck is this? I want Animaniacs.
You can have Animaniacs when you lose 40 pounds, sweetie.
Yeah. Maybe stop putting all those donuts in your fucking face.
I remember this really cool game.
You haven't been useful to me since I stopped getting milk from you.
Sorry, son, but until you start nursing me again, you're playing Captain Novolin.
I want to play Tecmo.
Well, bust out that titty then.
Now,
Let me get some of that sweet milk.
Oh, this is the creepiest thing we've ever talked about on the show.
now, how many of you guys have heard of the Phantom?
Dolce de leche.
The Phantom?
The Phantom.
I don't know what it is.
He was this obscure comic book hero who was like an archaeologist in the 30s, and he finds like this ancient Aztec death god thing, and he becomes the Phantom. It's just like in a purple bodysuit with a black mask, and he fights crime.
I do not remember
I've
this.
never seen
Sounds dope.
Well, wait till I tell you this. They made a video game not just of the Phantom, but of his Cyberpunk 2049 reboot. That
What?
it was called Phantom 2049 or whatever year it was set in.
Yeah.
And it was fucking cool.
Really?
It was actually a really good game.
What was
with
this
a
for?
pretty sick. I played it for the Genesis.
Okay.
But it was a really cool game with a pretty sick soundtrack.
That sound. Okay, I want to check this out.
Like
now.
you're just some dude running around a futuristic city in like a purple bodysuit, and you're fighting dudes in like giant mech robots and shit with
Yeah.
like super gadget tools and stuff. It's fucking insane. Like they decided to take like the most obscure superhero no one's ever heard of,
Yeah.
and put him in the future.
I want to get this as a ROM. Like I'm sure it's out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
I remember it
find
being
this.
fucking hard though. Like it was really tough.
Every game in the 90s was hard.
Yeah, they
There
were all
there
really
weren't a lot
hard.
It
of-
was absurd.
Weren't a lot of easy games.
Do you remember? And this is going to be a real bummer. Do you remember Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, the game?
I do remember.
I remember it. I never
Which
seen
it seemed so cool at the time. You walk everywhere you walk backwards. I think
Yeah.
you're like moonwalking, like, which is so fucking funny. And like you throw hats at guys to like knock them out, and you have to save the children. It's like the whole thing is like Michael Jackson's gonna find you kids.
Yeah,
The video game. It's like, and it was like it wasn't like cartoony. It was like it looked like kind of like the way that Batman Forever looked. Well, you remember Batman Forever? How it looked like it was
grimy. Yeah.
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 It had that kind of aesthetic. And just moonwalking everywhere and like open a door and save a kid and he goes running
Nice.
away.
When you run out of health, you suck on some baby milk.
You like pull some like tired kid out of a closet and just slurp the health into you.
Do you remember when we used to nurse? You were young and lactating then.
What is happening? Oh my god.
You want to be bad, just teat it.
Okay, this is the weirdest. Oh my god, I have so many regrets in life.
Little boy T, at my door.
Oh shit.
Little
Yeah.
boy T, come over here so I can nurse.
This is very weird.
Oh god.
Shit. Any
See,
semblance
I
of
came
a
in.
track I had.
I'm like the youngest one here, so I came in for the like N64 era.
Yeah.
So
Was that the first console that you like
That was
remember
the first
getting?
console I owned. Yeah.
Wow.
So I remember Alec had the Super Nintendo, so I played like Yoshi's Island and all
Yeah.
that shit, Crash Test Dummies.
Oh
And
man, what a great
Man,
console.
what was the? There was a game for Super Nintendo. My cousin had Super Nintendo. I always used to go there and play it.
Yeah.
But it was like some kind of art game, and it had like
Mario Paint. Talking about Mario Paint.
What was the one where you had the tablet?
I know what Mario Paint is. I don't think it was Mario Paint. It was
Okay.
something else.
What was the concept?
It was just like a bunch of different, like, I don't know. It's
Like
honestly,
art?
it's probably retarded. Like, he colored shit in. I didn't have a lot of fun stuff growing up. No, I had an old Nintendo,
Yeah,
old
I had
school.
NES,
That's
Still
the
and
first
good.
console
Still
I
good.
had.
I
Still
had a
good.
Genesis. I had a Sega Saturn.
Yeah, no shit.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
You know the
Did
first
you guys? Well,
Go ahead.
okay. Did you guys ever play the Aerosmith game?
Revolution X.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was a
I
thing.
played it on the
Yeah,
arcade.
it was like a apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah,
And it was just, dude looks like a lady.
Are you serious?
The new-
On repeat. Just
Yeah, you
playing
gotta
the
rescue
whole time.
Aerosmith because the New World Order's taken them. So you gotta shoot CDs at their soldiers.
Yeah.
It's
What the fuck?
It's the
Yes, dude.
It shouldn't be as fun as it is. It is so much fun. They used to have arcade cabinets for
Yeah,
it too.
I played the arcade game.
Is it really just dude looks like a
Yeah.
lady on
Yeah,
loop?
just over and over. Not even the whole entire song. It's like a
Just that-
15-second clip just over. Cruising to a bar on the shore.
Yeah, the
It
very
was that,
first.
and dude looks like a lady.
Because it couldn't hold the sound file that
Yeah,
large.
Yeah. Well, it was clogged up with all the videos of like the members of Aerosmith talking to you and being like, "Yo, they got a secret research facility in the jungle." At one point, Steven Tyler tosses you the keys to his car through a TV monitor, and your player like reaches up his hand and catches them.
Well, like why does the New World Order want Aerosmith?
Because the New World,
Because they oppose rock.
because
and roll.
rock and roll is the enemy, and
Rock and roll's against the law.
I'm gonna take this one step further. Have you guys ever been to Disney World and ridden the Aerosmith's rock and roller coaster?
Yes, I have.
I've never been to Disney World.
Me
Yeah,
either.
I don't know how it is now because it's probably like 20 years old at this point. But
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
it was
though.
sweet. Yeah, you walk in.
It had a launch system on
Yeah.
it, so you're like,
Yeah, you
And
zoom out of
shoot
there,
out of the
and it would
stage.
play
That's pretty cool.
Aerosmith in your ears. So like as soon as you go out, it'd be like "Loving an Elevator."
Oh my god!
Please tell me you're at least going down a hill when they say going down.
Going down. No, the queue, like when you first get in to board the thing,
Yeah.
it just takes you into a studio. So like while they're getting the people ahead of you loaded up into the car and launching them off,
Yeah.
like it takes you into a like a record studio. And they're behind the glass, and it's all video screened, and they're like talking to you, like, "Oh man, hey, I don't remember this. Enjoy our fucking roller coaster, you
Piece of shit.
we like money, yeah,
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
fuck you, thanks Disney."
Oh, it's fucking silly. I had no idea such
Yeah,
a
the
thing
rock and
existed.
roller coaster, man.
I will tell you, I remember the very first console I owned. I remember getting it
Yeah.
new, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. I remember getting it as a really young kid, and I remember my dad playing it a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
play until he was done playing.
Right, absolutely, right, exactly.
Because you figure, like, in '87, when I was born, my parents were like in their early 20s, maybe like 23, 24, right? So like he was a young dad. He got a new video game system.
Sure.
He wanted to play.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
You know, he hadn't hit 30 yet. He was still trying to play a whole bunch of games.
Sure.
And I remember that being new. I remember Duck Hunt, and I remember Mario on the same cartridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was really a revolutionary thing. Like we talk so much about like the older games being harder, and that's because they were all they didn't really like the home console was an unprecedented thing. They made them off the arcade model, you know.
Yeah.
You would need to keep feeding the thing quarters normally, but
Yeah.
There's no quarters. Yeah, you gotta make.
there's no quarters.
You
You,
gotta,
you gotta go through, or you start from the beginning.
And they were
You
40,
just-
$50 then. You
Yeah.
gotta like make
you
it
just
last.
feed it your life.
Yeah. Just over and over.
Oh no, that was Grandma's medicine money.
I remember the first
Oh
time.
no, that was 3 days that went by.
Spend a whole year beating Metroid over and over, trying
Yeah.
to find the right thing to do to get Samus naked at the end.
Yep.
Oh, can we talk about Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
let's.
Pixelated triangle
The
boobs.
triangle
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember there was a rumor that in one of the games you could get her naked, but
Yeah.
it never fucking
Never happened.
No.
You could never do
fucking
it.
happened.
Believe me, I've been through it. You can't do it.
There's
The best you can get is the very last level on the second game. She's running around in her underwear
Yeah.
because the mafia comes and storms her house while
Yeah.
she's getting ready to
That's
take
pretty
a bath.
good. That's pretty good.
Now, from what I heard, those massive triangular boobs were an accident. Like
is that true?
like the guy working on the model added an extra 0 or something. They scaled him up way too much, and his manager was like, no, keep it that way. It's great.
Nah, fuck it. Those look great.
I see nothing at all funny about that.
Think about all the pubescent boys you're gonna please with this.
You know, seriously, when you
It
think
worked.
about it, that was about, I mean, like,
It worked.
shit, just like remembering, like, early sexuality
Yeah.
as, like, a young dude just figuring out what's going on.
The-
Like, everything,
Everything.
just the slightest thing would trip you.
The closest thing I ever came to was WWF No Mercy for the N64.
Okay.
You could take all the clothes off the girl and then dye her panties like skin color.
I remember doing that shit.
It's like the closest you can come to it. Like,
And then just leave it there.
yeah, just leave it there.
wouldn't,
You're not going to use it. You're just going to stare at the screen for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be until the next millennium that we got Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, the introduction of jiggle physics.
God bless jiggle physics.
No, you know what was before that? What the fuck was it? It was a fighting game.
Are you talking about Tekken? Was
No.
it Tekken?
No. It was
Soul
Dead or
Calibur.
Alive.
No.
Wasn't it Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive
No,
was a fighting game, but
Tekken had jiggle physics, but there was another game before that. It was called, fuck, what was it?
Not Soul Calibur. Did someone just say Soul Calibur?
I said Soul Calibur.
It was like mid to late 90s when jiggle physics hit the scene.
Was it Virtua Fighter?
Might have been Virtua
Oh,
Fighter, yeah.
Virtua Fighter, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Virtua Fighter had jiggling boobies, and it was like the greatest thing.
Yep.
It's funny how, like, for like a 14, 15-year-old kid or whatever, that was just
Oh yeah,
it.
I remember
Well-
Ready to Rumble boxing had the best jiggle physics I ever saw.
Well, before all of that, you got to remember the strippers in Duke Nukem 3D.
oh yeah,
Yes,
How about-
I do remember that.
Hey, who remembers an old classic called BMX XXX?
XX, yeah.
Oh my god!
There's BMX Triple X. Yeah.
Is that a thing? What was
was
that?
a
You
real
don't
thing.
remember
No,
that?
that was a
it
real
was
thing.
like you would.
Strippers riding BMX
Yeah,
bikes.
you would beat a level, and it would just be like a minute and a half clip of some girl on a stripper pole, just like getting naked. I had it for PlayStation,
Christ.
and Sony censored it on PlayStation. Xbox, it was uncensored,
Right.
so
Oh,
you got to see breasts.
You know, I feel like
I'm
I
so
seem to
jealous
remember,
that I didn't
Thanks,
have an
Dave
Xbox.
Mira.
I seem to remember all of these racing games had, like, before the flag waving, a lot of them would have some girl walk out,
Yeah.
wave the flag, and then walk away.
Well, what
She'd
was-
usually be in booty jean shorts or
Yeah.
some shit.
I think it was either the first Need for Speed Underground or the second one. They would have like every time you would start the race, it would be like some girls or like a dude with flashlights holding them up or something. But one of the cutscenes they would show before the race, like to start it off, was two girls walked out from either side and like spray painted a line on the road,
Yeah.
and then they made out for like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah! Thanks, Need for Speed.
Oh, man.
That was still the best racing game. Underground 2 still rocks.
Yeah,
Riders on the storm.
Dude.
I love that game, dude.
God, it's so crazy to think back on that. Like, that was the introduction.
I've got
to
a-
a lot of.
I've got a-
Remaster that shit.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah, they
copy
need
of it.
to, man.
Plug in my PS2 upstairs.
Do you really?
We
Yeah.
play
They,
that
they
shit.
tried to with the new fucking Underground game, or no, it was just called Need for Speed.
Yeah.
When really it should have been called Need for Speed Underground 3 because it's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even that game fell short. Like it was
Yeah.
like once your car got so fast, like it was
Yeah.
impossible. You couldn't even drive
You know,
because like the hit detection was terrible. You'd be like 3 feet away from a guardrail and it'd just be and go into a cutscene and show your car like obliterate into a million pieces.
you know, this makes me think, how did we ever play video games without, like, 4-port multiplayer?
Oh,
Like, thinking back, like, the NES and the Super Nintendo, when like, you know, when I was playing on those consoles, there was only 2 plugs.
Yeah.
Right.
You couldn't do anything with 4 people.
Well, that was what was so cool about N64 because,
Yeah.
like, my mom, my dad, and any friend I had over could play GoldenEye together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And at 6 frames a second, and just rock the shit out of that.
God, that game did look pretty gnarly.
It did. It is unfucking playable now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
the controls make 0 sense.
Yeah. It is
yeah, it was
weird.
before the dual analog stick.
The
Yeah.
C buttons as basically another move
Yeah.
move mechanic. And move and
Strafing.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very strange. But It was incredibly.
Oh, it was groundbreaking.
Cool. Bleeding edge. Nano chips.
How about Star Fox 64? Remember that shit?
My
Yeah.
God, do I?
Remember,
Do I ever.
that's all this episode is man, you remember that?
Remember? Man, you remember breastfeeding your mom when you were like 13?
Okay.
I remember.
Here's a question. Can anyone who knows about this shit better explain to me what the Yugoslavia thing was all about?
What?
Yugoslavia?
There was a war.
There was a
Bosnians,
kid.
the
I didn't pay
Bosnians and the
attention to that
Soviet. I've just never bothered to look into what was going on.
You know what? Neither do the people in Yugoslavia or Bosnia.
I was just more stoked to see Peter Jennings on the TV, what he would talk about, than what he was actually talking about.
Hey, look at that. We're on the news.
Oh, I wonder what we did. It's probably some, end of the Soviet Union kind of shit, like unresolved shit. Probably about borders or something like that. I don't know. Man, we sure do not know a lot of history here on this show.
Oh, it took me a while. I had a big blue world atlas when I was a kid. I used to look at maps just all the fucking time because it was weird.
You know what the thing is like history-wise, we just didn't record history before 9/11.
That's when things started happening.
That's when we started recording.
That's when we started writing shit down.
But because of that atlas, it took me years to realize that the Soviet Union was no longer a thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like I thought the USSR was like like they were there, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know that we used to hate those guys, but.
I would love to see the globe I had when I was a kid.
I know.
Yeah.
I would love to see it again. I loved it. It had bumps all over for mountains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You could feel the mountains everywhere.
Did you ever have the one?
Close your eyes, pretend they're breasts.
Yeah.
Are these the Grand Tetons? Come here, son, I'm thirsty.
Lucky that my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. Did you ever have, either in class or at home, one of those globes where you could take out the stylus and touch a country with it, and it would tell you it would light up and tell
saw
you the name
those.
of
I
it?
never had one.
I never had one.
Those are pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I did have a My Buddy doll that stayed in the closet. Remember the My Buddy doll?
That sounds
I'm going to.
It's the Chucky doll. It's the Chucky. It's like the thing that the Chucky movies were based off of.
It didn't look like Chucky, right?
No, it was. Oh my god.
Well, Chucky was possessed. That's why he looked like that.
Right,
Oh,
but
okay.
it
It's a
was.
possessed doll.
Shit, I don't remember My Buddy at all.
It's just the Chucky doll.
The name sounds familiar, but that's it.
What was the one thing? It was like a little kid's doll thing, but it was like a furry, like blonde-haired furry like dog or something. And it,
and you
had,
could
like,
brush
all
his
sorts
hair.
No, it had like a bunch of like silly catchphrases, and it like had like overalls on or something.
I'm beginning to wonder if
That's
someone
what I
made
had.
this for
Oh,
you.
that thing.
Yeah.
This is
thing.
real. I don't remember what the fuck it was called.
This is what I had.
Okay,
And
that
it,
looks
and
familiar.
it creeped me out. Like my,
Is that what Chucky is? Because it looks like that's what Elijah Wood is based on.
Yeah, Elijah Wood is. They put that thing in the clonulator machine, and Elijah Wood popped out.
My Buddy doll for the kids who can't get real friends. Hey, is your kid 4 and can't make friends?
Well, here's My Buddy.
Here's My Buddy.
That's what it's called. The Real Talkin' Bubba.
Okay, can I see a photo of this?
Yeah.
I don't remember Real Talking.
Oh, I remember seeing commercials for that.
Oh, wait, hold on, hold on.
Oh, my name's Bubba, and I'm really talking. That was his only catchphrase.
Yeah, right.
Don't forget
This
to wipe
thing.
your breasts after feeding.
You kids like spaghetti? And then waits
Oh
for
yeah,
pause.
I remember that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does look familiar to me.
Real talking Bubba.
Creepy.
I didn't have anything to say about it. I just thought. I just remembered it.
Y'all remember?
We're glossing over the best thing that the
Remember?
90s brought us.
What is that?
The big mouth Billy Bass.
Oh my god!
Those things are out there still.
I was out at the flea market in Camel like 2 weeks ago, and someone was selling a fully functional big mouth Billy Bass.
For $114.
Oh, he wishes.
Yeah, those things are weird.
Yeah.
Very strange. I remember one thing I really liked my grandma had was one of these little, it was like a pot with a flower coming out of it. And when you talked to it or sang to it, it wiggled like this. You ever see any of those? So you could sing to your flower and it would just dance. Just do this little wiggly thing. I fucking loved that thing.
Dude.
It was so silly.
Man, my aunt. Well, she's not my aunt anymore. They got divorced.
Oh.
She sucks, but. Anyways.
She wasn't actually my aunt to begin with.
She really wasn't my aunt to begin with. They got married and then they got divorced. But
So now she's just some lady.
She had like a gross obsession with dolphins.
Really?
Like she had.
Why?
Not that this is even 90s related, but it took place in the 90s, so.
All right. I'll allow it.
Anyway, she had like this big like glass cabinet
Okay.
in the living room, and it was just all these little tiny dolphin trinkets, and she had like dolphin pictures hanging on the door.
Yeah,
And like all over the walls. And then she had this cookie jar, and it was a dolphin.
I think I've seen
And
this.
you would open it, and it would make dolphin noises. It was like when you opened it. And that's all I would do. Every time I would go over there, I would just grab it and just keep messing with it the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess she never even kept cookies in there.
Oh, she did.
Oh, did she really?
She was a big gal.
So she had some cookies.
She had some cookies and some pieces of actual dolphin.
She had a jar full of cubed dolphin meat.
Oh, yeah.
With just like her name on it and sealed tightly.
Definitely not dolphin safe too.
Oh man, the things people collect.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that really we've hit our time here, so I guess we may as well just move on here. But I want to say
That's how you really feel, dude.
But no, I love this discussion. I just love thinking about that time period. It just like I know it's because I was younger, but it seems so much better.
I've seen it said before that like we are, the most nostalgic current generation.
Yeah,
It's because we knew there was something better before all this.
It's because shit advanced so fast.
Yeah,
in the past 30 years.
Yeah.
We're the generation that grew up, still knowing how to like use a rotary telephone,
Sure.
Yeah.
read a map, use a phone book.
Yeah. We were right at the tail end of some big shit. Like right before everything changed.
I think that things are they're advancing too quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like younger people, it's not giving them enough time to really hold on to anything because something new is always coming out.
Yeah.
There's no time to be a kid. You don't get to play the same way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I gotta think if I came of age as the internet was developing, right? I remember when my first experience with the internet was chat rooms. And you would talk to people, and they were mostly nice.
Hopping on Netscape Navigator and finding a GeoCities fan page for Star Wars.
Popping into the general AOL chat. With
ASL?
Yeah.
ASL.
Type 555 if you's a chick.
Yeah, stuff. I remember that.
14 FUSU? Question mark.
Want a cyber?
What a cyber!
What a
Yes, I
cyber.
remember that.
Everything changed when all your base came along.
Oh god, I remember being a little fucking 13-year-old and gently kissing your lips.
Oh, it's so cringy to think about now, right? It's so cringy to think about now.
I thrust my erect penis into you.
I put on my robe and wizard hat.
Hold on, Mom, I'm cybering. I'll feed you later.
Nothing.
Yeah, and then we look at people making robot sex dolls. Or
know.
Where does this come from? And then we brought this on ourselves.
We
of course.
basically by our own manifest desires created it.
This is the future we made for ourselves.
These kids don't even have to work for their porn. You remember
Seriously.
scrambled porn? That's the master of scrambled porn.
Oh my god.
Channel 77 is way up there. There's no cable there.
Oh God, the time when lingerie ads in Sears magazine were the closest thing you had.
You can just now kids in high school, I bet you can just trade kick names and 13-year-olds will send each other pictures of their genitals. We are getting old because we're talking about
Man, I was born at the wrong time.
we're talking about the coming generation like the previous generation talked about us.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids running around naked fucking in the bushes.
I was thinking about something the other day because like, how old is everybody here?
Yeah, I just hit 30 this year.
30,
29.
27.
27. I'm 28. I'll be 29 in November.
Yeah.
And I look around and I see all these like I don't know if you guys want to take the conversation in this direction, but like college campuses and like all the uproar and like
all this like outrage all over
yeah,
everything.
super progressive everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had
like
at-length discussions.
Yeah.
Because like I get it. I understand why they feel that way.
Sure.
Because like it's their first time. They're on their own. They feel like an adult. They are technically legally an adult, although they're not fully grown up all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we all, because we're all, you're 30. We're all approaching 30 here now.
Yeah.
We look on those people in college like these people are a bunch of fucking like one like I get it, you're outraged, but like why are you taking it that extent?
Yeah.
Right.
Like why does everybody why did everyone turn into babies?
Right.
But this is the point I'm getting at. Like I look back and I'm I look at them like these people are a bunch of idiots. Like they don't even know what they're standing up for. They think they have it all figured out. Like, and then I'm like, oh wait a minute. Like I was 22 once, and I thought I had it all figured out.
Everyone thinks they have it figured out when they're in their second year of college.
Now that I'm coming on 30, like I look back, I was like, oh, I was a fucking idiot back then too. I didn't have shit figured out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like that with every generation, because it's like
Absolutely.
every generation looks down on the generation that's coming up and says they're a bunch of fucking idiots. They're gonna ruin the world.
Yeah.
And it's
true.
the same thing
Every year.
10 years. Every 10 years. It's the
Yeah.
same
And
Fucking
the
well-
world's still going.
Fucking there's writings where Socrates says the same thing about the generation following him, where he says children have no respect for their elders anymore. They're all right,
Yeah.
Fucking this has been going on for thousands of years.
God, when you think about it, it's true. You didn't have any respect for your elders when you were younger.
No. Yeah.
You didn't have
Fuck
anything
them.
figured out, but you
Yeah.
thought you knew it.
Because we all know that when we were 22, we wanted to, talk to somebody older and be like, no, like, you don't, like, I've been doing research. I got this figured out. And even if somebody says that to me now, I'm like, you don't got a goddamn thing figured out. Because I didn't when I was your age, and I know you don't either.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah, like,
And the thing is, we're in it now. Because 10 years from now, we're going to be looking back at us at this moment and go, God, those fucking
yeah, we
idiots
didn't know
know
shit.
anything.
Like thinking about how much shit you learned just from 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I learned how to roll a joint the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's it.
No, it's just like
I
the
don't
world.
remember anything else.
The world comes into focus after you spend enough meaningless days just trying to, get to the end of the day, drink a beer, jack off,
go to bed.
go to bed.
Yeah. And that's the Three Dudes Promise.
Seriously. Boink. Anyway, let's take a break here. This has been a great
Breaksies.
discussion. I love this.
Yeah.
And let's take a break and come back with recommendations and what we learned.
Yes.
Stick around, please,
Or don't.
or don't. I don't know. Whatever.
go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, get out of here. And welcome back. Woo! Ah, wow. Goodness. So much sweat in this room.
Goodness gracious.
Son, I'm thirsty.
So you bring your life-sustaining titties in here, please.
I'm growing frail and weak.
Oh my god.
God.
This is gonna haunt you
Dad,
for
can I
some
go out
time.
on the bike now?
Not yet, son. Your father's very thirsty. Okay, enough of that. It is time for recommendations. Thank God. Yes. Okay. So I want to start off our recommendations. I have one. It's pretty simple, and I have really enjoyed it. This is a channel that I recommend you sub to on YouTube.
Okay.
It's a very simple pleasure, but I really enjoy it. It is called Lofty Pursuits. Does any of this sound familiar? The name Lofty Pursuits?
Sounds familiar.
So what they are is a candy company. based out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Definitely not familiar.
Right? They're yeah, that would probably ring a bell if you knew about what it was.
Yeah.
They run a shop called Public Displays of Confection, which I love.
Getting
That's
more
pretty great.
familiar.
But basically what they do is a lot of videos of making candy in like this like basically like as old as Victorian England style. And it's super cool the way they do it, and like much of watching these videos is just how hypnotic they can be, because they start with pouring a bucket of molten sugar into this frame on a cooling table, and they molten sugar really hits the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And then it cools on this table, and they mix in colorings, and then as it cools, they can actually peel it up like a sheet and cut it with scissors, but it's still kind of molten.
Wow.
And they like flip it around and cool it, and then they make shapes out of it and elongate it and tap, 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 and cut down these little pieces. It's just hypnotic to watch.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap,
Like,
tap, tap.
it's the whole process of like, they do like kind of like a taffy pull kind of thing where they take this big ribbon of sugar, they put it on a hook, and they stretch it.
And they pull it.
And they pull it,
They
and
take
they
this big
twist it,
ribbon of taffy.
And they pop it.
And by God, they pull it.
And they twist it.
and they pull it, and then they pass it.
Bop, 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 bop.
It's just really fun to
I
watch.
was a rich man.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's fun to watch. It's just something about like just the fluid mechanics of this like melty sugar thing. It's just really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And the guy's voice is really soothing. I don't know what it was that steered me towards this, but YouTube started recommending it to me. YouTube was correct because I watched a butt ton of these. Where like the idea is they make like tiny little candies, but they'll have like a picture of something inside them. So like there's like a banana candy with a small picture of a banana inside it. And it's because they made this perfect shape that they stretched out really, really thin and then tapped little pieces off. And they went to like great lengths to roll this big shape out really small and thin and then chop it into pieces. And just watching them work with it is like watching glass blowers. It's like, it's exactly that kind of process.
Cool.
So, yeah, super recommend that one. Yeah, it's what the fuck is the name of it?
Lofty Pursuits.
Lofty Pursuits, thank you.
I will say though, like I'm a big fan of watching like any videos of like homemade like crafty shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun to watch. And
Yeah.
actually, they've gotten so much interest that their website now says there's like a super delay if you order any candy from them. Because they got hit
Well,
with a
you're
video
sure
going
not helping,
viral.
Dave.
Yeah.
With this goddamn recommendation, you're
I
really
know.
putting them in the red.
Really, the literally less than a dozen people that listen to this will flock over there demanding candy.
Well, they only have 8 spots left.
Yeah, no, it's really, honestly, it's a pretty cool thing to watch. It's all about finesse and craftsmanship, and I love watching it. So
Nice.
check out Lofty Pursuits and their storefront public displays of confection. It's downright adorable. You adorable fucks. So anyway, that's mine. What do you got?
In the interest of staying with an album, I'm gonna go with the pinnacle of human creation
Oh boy.
that came out in the 90s.
Okay.
It's Megadeth's Rust in Peace.
Hell yes.
Sweet.
So yeah, Hangar 18, Tornado of Souls,
Polaris.
yeah. That is actually the pinnacle of human creation right there. And then it's all downhill from there. Like, I know that was before, it was before 9/11, so we don't really have, like, recorded history.
Yeah, right.
But, like-
It's all the prehistory, if not
Like,
before.
right,
9/11.
exactly. But, like, that was the pinnacle of the prehistoric era, was Megadeth's Rust in Peace.
Yeah.
Here we are in
The prehistoric
year 16 post 9/11.
Yeah, that's right. BC 9/11.
Dave Mustaine with a band that was once Megadeth, but is now like just a bunch of different members featuring Dave Mustaine. So yeah, like pick that one up. That's good. If
That's
you're
pretty
into,
sweet.
Alcoholics making money,
Well, gosh, I sure am.
give it to Dave Mustaine and us.
Not bad. Yeah, this one I haven't listened to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have to check that
Do
out. Out of the list. What you got?
I would like to recommend a site that I've told you guys about in the past called SaltyBet.
Yeah.
Oh, Salty Bet.
SaltyBet.com is a site. You don't need to have a Twitch account, but it helps to have one so you can chat and everything. But you got to register for an account on the site. It's free, and you bet with fake money on computer-controlled fights using the Mugen fighting engine.
Okay.
And there are thousands upon thousands of characters. The site runs 24/7, so you bet imaginary money on computer-controlled fights between fighting game characters, custom user edits, like all sorts of weird. There's it can be as normal as just Ryu from Street Fighter or Omega Tiger Woods, which I swear is an actual thing.
We should watch some Salty Bets.
So, yeah, it's meme magic. You'll especially dig it if you're into classic games. If you're a huge dork and really like anime, it's just up 24/7. Check it out. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's full of bizarre people.
I love that concept of just like people just submit or they create these weird characters.
The database is thousands and thousands of fighters. Some are featured more than others. There's a ranking system, so there's like fighters of the same about the same capacity will usually be matched up against each other.
Yeah.
Regular tournaments, exhibition matches that the subscribers decide on. And they're all fucking goofy as shit. It's a good way to just if it's late at night and you can't think of anything to do, just while away an hour or two on Salty Bet.
Yeah, that's one I haven't looked at in a long time.
Yeah,
that's a good recommendation. It's a good way to just waste some time.
Yeah.
Are the artificial currency salty bucks? Please say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, a couple of salty bucks for you.
Otherwise just referred to as salt.
Yeah. That's sweet.
I think I'm sitting at about 16,000 salty bucks right now.
That's a lot of salty bucks.
Yeah.
Does everyone just sort of start with
you
a...
must be swimming in it. And by it, I mean pussy.
Yeah, so when you make a bet, win or lose, you get experience points and you level up. The higher your level is, the bigger your safety net is. So you can't be reduced to 0. You can only be reduced to your maximum safety net.
Okay.
Or your minimum. So like mine right now, I think my minimum is 225 salty bucks.
Okay.
Like I can't go lower than that.
Okay.
But if you hit your bare minimum, they say you're in the salt mines. You gotta dig your way out.
Nice.
Those old Lake Erie salt mines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being in the salt mines with Omega Tiger Woods.
I remember being in the salt mines and nursing my father back to health.
He got the salt lung. And I had to really pour it into him.
Really had to squeeze out those last few drops.
Papa, please. Papa, you're not breathing.
No more.
Oh, Papa. Papa, drink.
I'm so dry, Papa.
Son, come closer. Never bet DBC.
That's a great recommendation. Pat, you got a recommendation for us this week?
I have 2, if that's okay.
Yes, that's very okay.
Okay, the first one's going to be an album.
Nice.
And it's from this band that I found out about probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I was driving over the road at the time, and I'm flipping through the low end of the dial trying to find NPR in whatever godforsaken state I was in.
Yeah, right. They don't have it in some, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
this is Jesus
the
stuff.
red states.
And one of the
But
commie crap.
either way, I finally found it, and it was like some like local show, and they were playing music, and it was this band called Landlady.
Landlady.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really don't know how to describe their sound. It's like soulful. It's like, I'm drawing a blank. I had this all like memorized.
Well, like, who else do they kind of sound like?
Oh
I'm wondering.
Christ! Let's see. Like, say, like, imagine like mix like Motown and like the Black Keys, with, like Interpol,
Ooh.
and like just a whole conglomeration of sounds, and they like They use like a whole bunch of like strange instruments.
Ooh.
Like in one of their songs, I'm pretty sure they're just taking like soup cans and like smacking them around with the drumstick.
Okay, that's kind of interesting to me.
And so yeah, I found out about them on NPR, and the song I first heard from them was called "The Globe,"
Okay.
which is not on the album that I'm recommending.
Okay.
It's on the album called "Upright Behavior," which is a
Okay.
great album also.
Nice.
But the album that I'm going to recommend from them is called "The Heat EP,"
The Heat EP.
or just Heat EP.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
But either way, it's a 5-track EP.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 songs are covers. The first one is a Sly and the Family Stone cover
That's a good sign.
called "If This Room Could Talk." Great
Nice.
fucking song. Which I didn't know was a cover until I actually I was looking on Bandcamp. 'Cause, by the way, that's the only place you can find this album. It's on Bandcamp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so these guys are still pretty
Super
small.
local.
Yeah, for the most part, they don't have that many views on. They have that. They have their newest album, which came out this year. It's on YouTube,
Okay.
and you can find some of their other songs on YouTube. But this album I'm talking about, you can only find on Bandcamp. But either way,
Nice.
first song, Sly and the Family Stone cover. Second song is a cover of the Talking Heads.
Sweet.
I think it's called Change, maybe.
Shoot, it's not coming to mind. I love the Talking Heads.
Drugs can change you.
Oh, yeah,
Religion
yeah.
can change
Yeah,
you. That
yeah.
song. Anyways, it's
Okay.
that song. But the way, because, again, I didn't know that song either.
yeah.
Because the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, these are great songs. And then I read their Bandcamp page. It's like these first 2 songs are covers, and it goes into detail.
Nice.
It was the lead singer, or like the, I guess, frontman for the band. He wrote like a whole bio about the album on Bandcamp.
Okay.
And
Where are they from? Do you know?
Brooklyn, I think.
Okay.
Or they're now from Brooklyn. I think that might have been from upstate New York originally.
Okay.
And
Brooklyn's kind of where it's at. Like, seriously, Brooklyn is pretty fucking cool.
but the way they covered it, it kind of like, you remember like all the water levels on Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
How they had like that real like
Yeah.
guitar and shit, like it's like they covered it like in that, and like it has this real dope organ part, and it's like kind of like 70s wine bar jazz.
Nice.
This sounds really
is
cool.
really cool.
And then the third song, do you guys know what falling shepherd tones are?
Yeah, it's a sound that sounds like it's decreasing in tone
Yeah.
continuously,
Yeah,
but
it's
it never actually
It's a
does.
continuously descending note,
Wow.
and it just, there's something very just like insidious about it when you hear it.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's
kind of menacing.
it invokes like a feeling of dread, like something bad, like you literally just got like watched somebody get shot in the head, and that just feeling of just like emptiness and just a void.
Shit.
That's what these
Yeah.
falling shepherd tones make you feel. Like, for example, I got the bright idea as I was driving my semi that I was going to put them on.
Yeah.
And I listened to them for about 30 seconds, and I didn't have the urge to, but all I could envision in my head is me jerking the wheel and driving off the road. Like, literally, I was like, all right, time to shut these off.
Yeah, like some real.
But
real
anyways,
dark shit.
they use those at one point in the song, and it's like this gospel choir,
Yeah.
and it has like these shepherd tones behind it, and it's like it just feels like it's just collapsing,
I gotta.
and then
listen
it
to
just
this.
cuts, and then it just gets super happy and bright and poppy. And then as the song goes on, it has this like really good, just simple, clean guitar solo.
Yeah.
I love it. And then it just keeps going, it just goes off at the end of the song.
Nice.
We'll when we get upstairs, we'll look up on YouTube Fallen
Yeah.
Shepherd's
I
Tone.
feel like we gotta
It's-
listen to this tonight.
Yeah,
And then
it's creepy as
fourth
shit.
song is it's kind of silly at the beginning. It's about him falling down and cutting his chin. But you can't really pick that up from the lyrics. I only got that from what he wrote on Bandcamp.
Okay.
And then the second half of the fourth song is without a doubt, probably one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard.
Okay.
It's very like Gershwin-esque.
Ooh.
Like that's the song I was talking about. They use like the soup cans.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of clarinet in it. It's great. And then the last song on the EP is a remix of a song that's on the Upright Behavior album.
Okay.
And this is like, it's like an electronic remix, and it's like real disjointed, and like it has a completely, because the original song has a real upbeat vibe, and this one's just like real, just like a very industrial.
Okay.
Real good. The whole album's great.
They sound like they're on a completely different level.
Yeah,
like
they
just to
are.
listen
I've
to you
never
talk
heard
about
anything
them.
like them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check that out. It's
I'm going to. That's
Landlady Heat
the
EP.
Heat EP.
And then also just, check out the rest of their music as well, because they're great. And then the second recommendation I have is a video game, which I've told you about this one before.
Oh shit, which one is it?
It's a computer game from the 90's, which I'm pretty sure you can find on emulators.
Okay.
It's called The Neverhood.
Wait, this sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. I've told you about it
Yeah,
before.
tell me more about this.
Because I remember was it all of you guys that had that game where you were playing like video games?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so we used to do this show on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember when you guys were doing that, I told you about it.
Shoot, this sounds familiar. Remind me what the concept was.
All right, so anyways, the whole game is done in clay animation. And the game was developed by Doug TenNapel, who was pretty much like the creative director, like the art director for Earthworm Jim.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's all like that, just like wacky, like just like trippy style of everything. And it's all clay animation, the whole entire game. Anytime you're inside a building, it's like side scrolling. And then when you're outside walking around, it's in first person. But it's all point and click. It's not like you have like full autonomy. It's pretty much just a point and click game. But it's like a lot of puzzles. You definitely want to have a notebook and a pen when you're playing the game, because you're gonna have to write a lot of shit down. Like, for example, the one puzzle, it's like 100 different. It's like 100 different little boxes.
Yeah.
And there's probably like 10 or 15 different icons that show up as you click the boxes.
Okay.
And you have to go through and click on every single box and write down what you have in each box. Because when you go through again, you have to take whatever the first thing is. Say it's like a picture of a crown. You have to go through and click on all the crowns. And then the next one might be a tree, and you have to go through and click on all the trees. And you have to do them all in order, and if you accidentally click the wrong one, the whole screen wipes out. And you gotta start over. And it's all these different puzzles, and it's like there's like different worlds that you teleport to, and there might be something in this world. Like there's at one point in the game you have to mix test tubes because you shrink down real small.
Yeah.
And you have to mix these test tubes and drink it to grow back up to normal size again. But you don't figure out what the formula is until you're later on in the game. So you're small for like this whole portion of the game. And then you get to some point in the game and you see like these test tubes in a window, and they have the right ratio of what you need. So you got to write that down. So when you go back, you know what to mix. And it's all kind of shit like that.
These
but
point and click games, you always had to have a fucking notebook,
paper,
just
yeah.
jam packed with notes.
of all the games that I've played, which I don't have, the extensive repertoire that you guys have. Like I play like mostly
I haven't played that many games.
Tomb Raider and racing games. That's about it.
Yeah.
But one of the best games I've ever played. Just the story from start to finish, because like the game begins, you just wake up.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are. You don't know where you are. You don't know why you're there. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Just like every day of my life.
So
Wake up, remember who I am.
So
dread.
as you progress throughout the game, you find these little computer chips laying around, like little floppy disks.
Okay.
And now, mind you, this is an old game because it ran on Windows 95.
Oh shit! I wonder if you can even play it anymore.
Well, yeah, because like I looked it up,
Yeah.
and like you just type in like the Neverhood download, and like
You can find it.
site after site pops up on Google.
Wow, this must have been popular.
Not really. Most people don't know about it.
Really?
Yeah, like they were advertising it on like like QVC or something like that, and that's like because my grandma like religiously buys everything off QVC, and I think that's how we ended up with the game in the first place.
Yeah, that and a lovely set of China.
Yeah. So you find these floppy disks, and there's like video monitors all throughout the game as you're progressing through, and you feed these floppy disks in, and it basically tells you the story of the Neverhood, like who you are, what's going on, why you're there, what the whole point of everything is. But as you find the floppy disks, they're not in order.
Right.
So like you may have this part of like you may have 2 here, and then you miss like 6 spots, and then it jumps to the next one. So you don't really know what's going on until you get enough through the game that you only have a couple pieces missing, and then once you find it, then
nice.
It spits out a key to you, and you unlock this room, and like so on and so forth. But
The Neverhood.
yeah,
I'm going to add this to my list.
The comedy in it,
Yeah.
the humor in it is hilarious.
This sounds great.
And,
I'm going to add this to my list and play it soon. I would love to play this game.
The music is the best music I've ever. It's like a just like like southern like Delta bluegrassy, just twangy guitars.
Yeah, like Oddworld, but with floppy disks.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of like those kind of games.
Yeah, but yeah, great game. I'd highly recommend it.
Adding it to my list. Honest to God, I would love to play this sometime too. If I can get my hands on it and play it, I'll say something about it on the show.
Yeah.
Because definitely that sounds
Yeah,
like my
look
kind
it
of
up.
game.
Just Google search it. It'll pop up. So, I mean, whether it's a viable download or not, I don't know, but...
Just download whatever you find on Google.
Yeah, just click a link and download it regardless of your safety.
Just do it.
Well, I hear the dog's whining upstairs. He's tired of being up there by himself, so I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
It's just like a low... Do you hear it? It's just a low-grade whine for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah, he's bored. Okay, so anyway, let's get to what we learned this week. Did we learn anything useful?
I learned that Werther's is the candy of retirement.
It sure is. Yeah, I'm with that. I learned we'll say just about anything. I don't know what I needed. I don't know what I meant when I wrote that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the truth.
Yeah, no,
we will say just about anything.
The days of us censoring ourselves are way over.
Oh yeah, that's like I remember times when I'd be like, "Can you say that on the internet?"
Yes, I can.
Oh yeah.
Oh, why? Yes, I can.
I can and I
I
will.
did.
I learned that I could have made real easy money as a child by bottling and selling my breast milk.
Yeah.
I just wrote baby milk.
Shockingly, I did not write anything about baby milk.
No baby milk?
No.
I only wrote one thing down this whole time, and that's that Trump has great fascism.
The best fascism.
The best. It's tremendous.
I wrote that Disney made Aerosmith a butt ton of money.
Yeah. Camels make you cooler. Like the cigarettes, not the camel.
Not like the big, stupid-looking animal.
Not the animal.
Unless all your friends have camels and you don't have one, then having a camel would surely make you cooler.
I wouldn't be one in the in crowd with a pet camel.
Oh, you don't have your own camel?
You fucking loser.
Your parents must be poor.
I just have an alpaca.
My parents have no money because my father was a suicide bomber. So fuck you and your camels.
Poor guy.
I wrote that Doug was definitely an autistic fuck.
I wrote that video games about diabetes suck.
Yeah.
Which they do, most certainly. Is that it? Is that all we learned?
Is that it?
I think
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's her?
That's it? That's it?
I learned that it was much better growing up in prehistoric times.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
This world leaves a lot.
In BC 9/11.
Yeah.
In the world of long and dark ago.
BG before Giuliani.
Oh God, Rudy Giuliani. God, I hope somewhere wherever he is, he just accidentally put his tie in his soup.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Mayor Giuliani, who did one thing that one time.
He was the only one who was mayor that day, guys.
He was the only one. That guy who just happened to be there when that thing happened.
I hope he finds a cockroach in his soup. Mouse hunt style.
All right, well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Pat, thank you for joining us.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Being our
Thank you for
special
coming
guest.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have to have you back again.
Yes.
We actually have, like, surprisingly kind of a packed schedule here.
We do, actually.
for the next couple of
there's
weeks
a couple
here.
people coming on, right?
So basically, we'll have some guests for a while, which is really great. I'm super glad that you want. I'm super glad that anyone wants to come and hang out with us. So
It's fun. I enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun.
you heard it here. It's fun.
It's great.
And with that, we leave you with episode 15. Did I mention it was?
Did I
episode
mention
15?
that we're still doing this?
Did I mention we haven't quit yet?
Hey guys, it's your quinceañera.
It's our three dudes quinceañera.
Bailamos!
I feel like a woman. I gotta be honest.
Your birthday that doesn't matter unless you're Mexican.
Oh boy. All right. Well, thank you again. This has been Dudecast. We will see you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.